So Star Wars, everybody, one more time. Now we have official news that Ryan Gosling is in final communication, kind of final contract negotiation for, again, Shawn Levy's new Star Wars movie. And again, we've been hearing all this Star Wars stuff recently. We got the whole thing about Ben Kenobi coming into Ahsoka. We talked about that last week. We got also, I just heard that Natalie Portman might be coming in to be Ahsoka season 2 as well. There's a lot of Star Trek stuff. Of course, we got Grogu and Mandalorian, but this new Star Wars project, again, is separate. They keep doing this as separate projects away from all the other Star Wars projects out there. Shawn Levy has signed on directed. He's been working on this for a while behind the scenes. Of course, he did Deadpool and Wolverine. Everybody, if you did watch that, you know I'm talking about how great that did, right? But Shawn Levy's new Star Wars movie is moving forward. For the past 2 years, they've been working on it. Still untitled, but they have a release date of December 17th, 2027, and it's scheduled to be the next movie after Mandalorian and Grogu. So the project is going to be, again, not much news on this, not much really happening. We don't really know. Not connected to Luke Skywalker at all. Not core canon for any of the episodes at all. Standalone movie, and I'm guessing Ryan Gosling is, maybe he's a Skywalker. They say he's not going to be connected though. MPO, so I'm thinking he's just a Jedi. I think he's a Jedi. Come on, you're not going to make him a Sith Lord. I think they're making him a Jedi. Come on, that guy. You think Kennergy is going to come in to be a Sith Lord? I don't think so. I mean, maybe.
I'd love to see it.
I think he could do it. He could totally do it. But I still feel like he's going to be just a Jedi. Or I kind of like, again, Skeleton Crew. I know a lot of people didn't watch it, but if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it, because I do like what Jude Law did in there, being like the kind of outlaw, not really a Jedi, but semi-trained to be a Jedi pirate. He had a cool character. It's like, I think that's fascinating. It's different than we're used to in the Star Wars universe, as opposed to just having to be about, well, Luke Skywalker, which I thought was always needed at one point, but it's not needed. Now it's more fun to get into the world of Star Wars and see what's actually going on. They call it like Star Wars for a reason. There's a bunch of wars happening. There's millions of people involved. You would think we'd get more stories, and now we're finally going to get that. And Ryan Gosling, I think, why not? Bring him in. I can see him in a Jedi robe. I can totally see him being a Jedi, you know? He'd be a starship captain, too. There you go, Racer X. He could totally be that. What do you think, GR? What do you think he's going to be? You think that'll be a Jedi, or do you think he's going to be along the line going for the dark side, GR? Oh, I cannot hear GR. Can you guys hear GR?
I cannot hear GR.
Cannot hear GR. GR is offline, guys.
No, I'm not. I just had the damn thing muted because I was sneezing.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna be a Jedi.
You think that's it? You think he's a Jedi? Huh? You don't see him being Darth Gosleth?
No.
You think? But okay, not connected. So you think he's gonna be like, I don't know, like a good Jedi? You think he's gonna be a good Jedi? You think he's gonna be like one of the first Jedis, or you think he's gonna be like? Do you see any world where?
I think that's what they're doing. Is they're going back pre the original 3 and making this, giving us some history, and he could be one of the first, or not, if not the first, one of the original guys to wear the robes, if you will.
I mean, I think he makes sense, right, PR? I think why not, right?
I don't see him playing a bad guy in a pre-Darth Vader,
That could encourage him, though. He might want to do that. It might be something fun from the play, GR. It might be something
going back 25,000 years or something.
Yeah, we've been going back. But that's thing, like, they're still being very cryptic about this Shawn Levy one, because we know the Mangold one's going back like 25,000 or 50,000 years, something like that. But they're not really giving too much details about when this one takes place.
Oh, this is okay. I didn't realize that was. I thought this. I also thought this was the 10,000 years ago one.
This is a different one now too. This is a different. Look how many Star Wars projects are happening here, Trevor. There's a lot.
Okay.
There's a lot. So this is a completely different one. There's no plot details, no idea what era, except it's not in the Skywalker era. This could be in the future, could be in the past, I'm guessing the past. If you're going back for Mangolds, why not like start building a whole, kind of like they did the Star Wars shows with like The Mandalorian, Ahsoka, all those that kind of fit in that same kind of time frame. I'm guessing they're gonna do the same thing again. Go back and do a bunch of movies in a different time frame, not connected at all. Free reign, right? That's what it feels like. Free reign. make your own thing. And I think Ryan Gosling is a good choice to be an actor in a Star Wars movie. I'm surprised he hasn't been in one yet. What do you think? What do you think, Trevor? Do you see him flourishing with the Force?
Absolutely. I mean, like I don't want to say that he's going to do like the same thing he's done in sci-fi before, but like I keep every time we talk about this, I keep thinking about him in Blade Runner, which was great, obviously. But like if he like he's probably going to be like he's probably going to be some kind of Jedi or Jedi adjacent character. He's probably going to be a good guy. But I would, since you brought it up, I would love to see him as a villain, like see him like play it kind of like his character in Drive, like something like very like morally ambiguous and like very formidable like that. Like I think that'd be fucking cool. So yeah, I don't know. Whatever ends up happening here, I'm all for Ryan Gosling in Star Wars. I think he's going to do something interesting.
Like how Queen said, wouldn't they be in caves?
I like Queen's question there.
Yeah. Wouldn't they be in caves 10,000 years ago? They might be, but maybe they're like first figuring out the caveman force, I feel like there's a lot of history, like the books and stuff. The cave. Well, there's a lot of history from back in the day with the books and stuff. There's a lot of knowledge back there that are, in its own kind of universe they could be diving into too. That just they haven't ever explored before on screen. That's what it is. They're doing their own thing. Why is it called Star Wars? Because they paid billions of dollars for Star Wars. So everything's have Star Wars slapped on it. $4 billion. Yeah. Insane. But they made that back.
Yeah. I mean, it's still called Star Wars because they're still going to use the building blocks. They're still like, even if it's 10,000 years ago, it's still going to have like concepts of the Force and like the early versions of the Jedi. Like it's still going to be very much using the things that we know and love from Star Wars, even if it's not connected to the continuity specifically.
Yeah, I mean that's what they're always going to do that. Hope it's not another flop. Race Direct says, I hope that I hope it doesn't flop. I mean, even Skeleton Crew. People are saying that it's getting good reviews. People just haven't been watching it. That's the problem. It's like people are just like, Trevor? Do you think that the Star Wars fatigue is real now, though? That people just won't give stuff a chance? It doesn't matter who you're putting in it.
I mean, yes, because I have it. I mean, everybody. The fan base has been so divided for such a long time. And I mean, I know I'm part of that problem also. But like everyone's got opinions on Star Wars and everyone's opinions are pretty controversial. It's basically impossible for them to make something that everyone is going to like is the thing, because like everyone just has such radically different expectations of Star Wars at this point. It's like, if I was like asked to direct a Star Wars movie, I would say no, just because I don't feel like there's any possible way I could succeed. So like I respect I don't like I feel like most directors, I'm like, I don't know why you would agree to do a Star Wars at this point, because you're just going to get so much shit for it. But like the fact that they're taking this in a different direction, they're doing something different, I think is probably the only way to move forward, honestly. So no, I'm kind of excited about this. I will probably end up seeing it. Like as long as the reviews are good and the word of mouth is good, like as long as it sounds like it's good, I'm gonna go see it.
I love Shawn Levy. He's been doing some great stuff too. I mean, Deadpool, Wolverine, was massive. I like the Adam Project, right? I love the Adam Project did before that. I mean, I've liked a lot of his work. Did you see the Adam Project at all? It was on Netflix, I think. It was good, but it was Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds. Okay. But I thought it was great. They did a great job. And I honestly, I've gone back and watched a lot of his stuff. I saw Queen say, why don't they do episode 10? Well, they are doing episode 10 still, Queen. They are.
Are they?
10, 11, and 12. That's the idea. Yes. Okay. Rey is going to be teaching the new Jedi. She's a Jedi Master now. And she's teaching the new Jedi. Now, this has been something they've been going back and forth on. First, they said it was only one movie. Now they've branched into it's 10, 11, and 12. So that is still moving forward. And now the directors keep changing on that too. So that's why it is delayed. They had a director involved. They dropped the director. It got pushed some more. It was supposed to shoot before Mandalorian Grogu, because they lost the director, though it's stepped aside now. I think they were talking about having the Game of Thrones guys do it at one point, and then
they were.
Yeah. And then they were talking to there was somebody else they were talking to too.
Riding spaceships.
Yeah, yeah, right. I mean, but the thing is, like, it's been changed multiple. They still have Daisy Ridley signed on for it. And people were maybe thinking that Mangold was going to do it, but Mangold's like, I want to do something separate. So that's why he's getting a separate thing. And so this was it is. People are branching off. Shawn Levy, they were thinking at one point was going to do it, but he got his own separate thing now too. So I think they're still trying to lock in. I think Colin Trevorrow was up for it at one point too. Did the Jurassic World movies, and he was supposed to do episode 9.
Yeah, he was supposed to do episode 9, but
yeah.
It sounds like he's difficult to work with, and also, Jurassic World was bad. So,
yeah, right. We had that conversation last week. We had that conversation, right? Like, I don't know about that.
I see Racer X in the comments is saying like, just give the fans what they want, and like that's my point, Racer X. You can't. Because the fans are so vastly different and divided at this point. There's no possible way that you can give them one project that will satisfy all of them. Like, people are going to be angry about Star Wars no matter what you do at this point.
Yeah. But people are so passionate about
history, and some people would still bitch.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, yeah, people are passionate about it. They want it to be like, when it's not built into their DNA, a lot of them. It's like nostalgia, you're like locked in. You can't like get rid of it. It's like, it's hard sometimes. Like we talked about the other day that they're doing Goonies 2. It's like, I don't know how people are going to react to Goonies 2 coming, because it's like, it's, people expect a certain thing, and it's like been so long. Like, how do you make that same magic happen again? I don't know if you can.
There already was a Goonies 2. It was a game for the original Nintendo system, and I played it in 1990.
Was it good?
I was 6, so I don't remember.
Well, maybe it was. Maybe go back and check that out. My Nintendo's right behind me. Maybe I can go find it. I'm gonna go over to Game Dude and see if Game Dude has it. Game Dude's like this big old. I am doing plugs for Game Dude now. A huge game factory that's like 5 minutes away from me. It has every video game system, every game for it. They have them they buy and they sell. It's a great place. I might go check out Game Dude, see if they have that Goonies too. But I love Star Wars, guys. I do, and I think that they have a lot down the pipeline. What will actually be working, what will not work, I'm not really sure. They killed Palpatine so many times. Something dark side, and I thought they could have been even the last movie. I didn't hate the Last Sky or the Rise of Skywalker. I didn't really hate it, but I thought it was kind of like a shot of a bottle rocket out, because it was like you're kind of going back to the original plan, but we got to bring Palpatine in. It's kind of like feel like, oh, we didn't have a plan for this. That's the problem,
I feel like episode 9 is what you get when you try to please everybody. It was the safest possible choices at every move, and when you try to please everybody, you functionally please nobody. So
what's the MacGuffin? We got this random artifact. This we have to find that Rey has to get to save the day, and then all of a sudden Palpatine's back and he's a clone. And was he Snoke? I have no idea. Was he actually Snoke? I don't really know at this point.
I don't know.
What was Snoke? I feel like Rian Johnson was just like, fuck you guys, fuck Snoke, I'm killing him off, I don't give a fuck what you think, and I'm done. And then
I don't feel that way at all. See, this is why the Star Wars fans are divided. I fucking love Last Jedi. Like,
really?
Episode 8, that was the Star Wars movie I waited my whole life for. I love that movie so much. And I feel like Rian Johnson set it up so that Kylo Ren would be the big bad in episode 9. Like, I think the point of episode 8 was that Kylo was at a point where he was irredeemable, and we needed to grapple with that. He was supposed to take over the Empire and be the final bad guy, and I thought that would have worked really well. Apparently, more of the fans wanted him to become a good guy and kiss Rey, and fine.
Yeah, I know. It was so weird, too, when it happened, right? Like a whole weird thing. It was like, okay, guys, I guess they're a thing. But that was kind of weird, like Luke and Leia though, originally too, like them coming together. Or you like then also like, well, we can't make a brother and sister now. We split it. Now Harrison Ford. It was like a weird connection they had, but they didn't go there. They decided to make them brother and sister instead.
So, do you
for the connection?
Do you know much about George Lucas's original plans for Return of the Jedi?
I don't. I know it all changed. I know it all changed because they said it was too dark, right, or something like that.
From what I understand from things that I've read and watched recently, it sounds like by 1983, George Lucas was just really burned out on like Hollywood in general and Star Wars specifically. So like that's why he kind of like handed over Episode 6 to another director, and like essentially what we got in Return of the Jedi was all of his plans for Episodes 6, 7, 8, and 9 like scrunched into one movie. Like the line in Empire Strikes Back where Yoda says, "No, there is another," did refer to Luke's sister, but Luke's sister was not supposed to be Leia. That was supposed to be a completely new character. So like Luke and Leia were not intended to be siblings. They were supposed to be like lovers who were torn apart by the war that couldn't be together because of war reasons. So,
which makes sense. I guess, from the initial setup, at least, it makes sense, right?
Definitely does. But like by the time they were making Episode 6, he was so burned out he didn't want to do more Star Wars. So
Yeah,
like
exactly.
we could have had 3 more Star Wars movies in the 80s, but burnout.
That would have been great. That would have been cool. That would have been the time to do it too. And I love what they did that with The Last Jedi too. The writing on that was great. Empire Strikes Back. The writing was great. I like the writing. But then again, it's like they were all. And honestly, Luke should have gone into the dark side, guys. I'm just saying, Luke should have gone to the dark side. I don't know why we didn't do that. That'd have been fun. I know. GR's like, no.
Would have been interesting at least.
That's division, though, right there. That's division.
Instead, join Daddy.
You could have joined Daddy.
That's what we're saying. Everybody just wants different things from Star Wars. You can't please all of us.
Yeah, there's no pleasing. And I know people are saying, what about a rebel group on a mission? Seems simple enough. Emma Peel saying, yeah, well, that's kind of like, that's kind of what Skeleton Crew is kind of just about a group of kids, though, on a mission, too. I mean, it was kind of fun because it was like an adventure to get home. But it was like Goonies in space. That's what that was like. But I love the idea. And that's kind of like what.
How you tied that back to Goonies. That was a good tie.
Right. It really is Goonies in space. I enjoyed it. But I don't know. But yeah, it can be something as simple as just like run a mission, 100%. Taking on the Empire. It can be anybody, make great characters, and give us a good plot. We're done. And I think they're trying to get something separate because people were freaking out about not being, pleased. No one's pleased with the Skywalker franchise at the end. Nobody's going to be pleased. That's what it is. I didn't see him as I didn't see Ryan Gosling in the Before Queen. That's a good fact right there. And Young Hercules.
I did not know that.
No, that's interesting. But anyways, I just know that it's hard to please everybody. I do like the idea of Kylo Ren being that villain for that last one. That'd been kind of fun too. But Kylo Ren just became like, yeah, whatever. I shouldn't have killed my father. It's like, I don't know. It's just what it was.
Part off screen between movies.
Yeah, and then it was like, here we go. And now we'll find out what they do with 10, 11, and 12. Like, they're being really cryptic about it, but 10 is still moving forward. And it's supposed to be a new Jedi Order. But I am excited to see about these stuff in the past. Let's do a different franchise. Let's start a new revolution in the past. I'm down for that. We'll have to find out if it's good or not. And I think you get the right players. I think Ryan Gosling's talent, he can maybe bring some star power to this franchise. Hopefully get somebody else too. Maybe DiCaprio as a Jedi? I don't know.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.